Have you ever woken up one morning and just feel like a severe headache coming on, or it's already there, and you can just feel the tightness in your head and you just don't know what to do? Well, that happened to me today, and it's happened to me a few days, and so I thought it would be really nice to put together a sequence to explain what's going on and some poses that we can do to help the blood flow, because really it's a lot of just blood flowing or a lack of blood flowing in our system that causes us to have these headaches, migraines. So to start off with, I invite you to sit comfortably, and if that is hard to do, because sometimes it's also hard to do, is to sit cross-legged. I invite you to take a pillow to sit on or a bolster. Okay, this is a nice bolster over here. Great ottoman, and I'll sit on here just to get myself opened a little more today. Sit and relax and put our feet maybe a little crossed together, just trying to keep our spine nice and straight. And to start off with, we're just going to work with our eyes, and I invite you to take your hands together and just gently rub them, rubbing your palms together, generate some heat. And when you feel the warmth of the rub between the two palms, you can sort of feel it's getting warmer and warmer and a little faster. Then you're going to take them and just gently put them on the eyelids, your eyelids, and just hold it for a moment and breathe. Okay, so we're going to go getting our heat generated, place them on our eyes, and just breathe in through your nose and out. Breathe in and out. And while you're breathing in and out, just notice how your eyes feel. I'm going to do that again, taking our hands down, rubbing them, generating the heat, and it's going to be easier to get a little warmer palms now. Second time around. And as soon as you feel that nice warmth, place them on your eyes. And breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you're breathing in and out, just notice how your head is feeling. Has that changed from where you were a moment ago? One more time, I'm going to take our hands and rub them close. Generate the heat. And whenever you're ready, place them on your eyelids. Breathing in the warmth and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly we're going to release our hands, letting our fingers drag along our face very lightly, and then leave our eyes closed if that feels comfortable to you, keeping our palms resting on our knees or on our thighs, palms facing up, forefinger and thumb are touching. Trying to keep our back as straight as possible, and just breathing in through our nose and breathing out through our nose. Breathing in and out. And then slowly we're going to open our eyes. Now we're going to take our head, and as slow as possible, we're going to take our head, and as slow as possible, we are just going to turn our head to the right, taking a breath in, pausing, and then to the center, and then turning it to the left. So here we go, nice and tall, breathing in, and releasing to the right. Breathing in and releasing to the center. breathing in and releasing to the left. Breathing in and releasing it back to center. And just notice if there's any areas that are tight or causing a little discomfort. And if so, just pause there and breathe into it. Now we're going to take our right hand and place it gently on the side of our left head and guide the head towards the right shoulder. And go as far as what feels comfortable to you. And this is going to give you a nice stretch on the left side of the neck. Just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly release. Bring your head back up to center. And now we're going to try with the other side. The left hand goes to the right side of the ear and gently guides the head over to the left, giving a nice stretch to the right side of the neck and shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we're slowly going to release that. Just notice how your head is feeling, if it's feeling really heavy, or if everything is just okay. And now from here, we're going to again take our turns to the right and left at your own pace. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay. And now we're going to do another neck stretch, but this time, instead of going directly to the side, the right and left side, we're going to go a little bit to the diagonal of our right and left side. So we're going to the corner. If you were sitting in the center of a room, you're going to the corner of where the two walls meet. And so we're going to take our right hand, and instead of going down to the right, or instead of going to the front, we're going to go right in the center, so the diagonal. And just slowly bring your head down, looking down, and you'll notice a different stretch on your back of your neck, the side of your neck. And just trying to maintain our sitting posture, but our head is tilting down. So we're getting a nice stretch along the side, middle of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And now we're slowly going to release that, really slowly, nothing too fast or quick when we're dealing with the neck. Now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going into the diagonal of the left side, not direct and not to the side, but to the diagonal. So sitting up nice and tall and taking our head and just slowly guiding it towards the diagonal, the corner of the room, if you will, and slowly bringing it down to wherever it's comfortable for you. You'll notice a stretch in the side middle of the neck, and we're just breathing and holding, nothing too tight, but noticing how that muscle is stretching a little bit more. Breathing in and breathing out through the nose. And then slowly release that hand and gently bring your head back to center. Okay. So we're just opening up different areas of the body so the blood can start flowing. Okay. And from here, we're going to take our hands and we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of a massage by taking our two fingers, pointer and middle, and gently placing them on the temples and making small, ever so small little circles. You can close your eyes if that feels good to you, or leave them in a small gaze, and gently make little circles from the temple, and then we're just going around the ear on the head line. So just around the ear, making little circles. And it should feel really nice just to appreciate all what our body does for us. And we're just giving a little bit of love and saying thank you and generating a little bit of motion. Oh, it feels so good. And it's just allowing that blood to start flowing a little bit better. All right. And from here, we're going to stop for a second. Pause. Just notice how that feels. Okay. For the next one, I invite you to stand up nice and slowly, and we're going to do a forward fold. So for a forward fold, we're simply going to stand on our mat. We're going to raise our hands up to either side, taking a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to fold forward, bringing our hands forward, and then that will cause our back to stay straight. And then gently, wherever your hands land, they may land here, they may land here, wherever they land, and then just slowly allow your head to fold. And you'll notice as you're folding, your vertebrae will open up a little, and that may cause you to allow your arms to drop further. And if you have your knees bent, that feels good. Keep them bent. And then you may slowly want to open up and straighten your legs if that is what's inviting you to do. And if not, stay with your stomach or your belly resting on your thighs, as long as your head is released. Just allowing some blood to flow. And then slowly, slowly, very slowly, as slow as you can, we're going to slowly curl up to a standing position where your head is the last to come up. Very, very slowly, especially if you've had a headache. Really slowly, slowly, slowly want to stand up. Okay. And then after you stand up, just take a moment with your legs a little hip width apart, palms forward, and just notice how your body is feeling. Okay? And then we're going to go back to the mat very slowly. Everything is very slow motion here, especially if you had a headache. So we go down to the mat, and then we are going to lie down, put your back to the mat. Okay. And then we're going to bring our feet together. So the soles of our feet, our knees are bent, and our soles of our feet are going to touch. And then we're slowly going to open up our legs. Now, this may cause a little bit of strain in your legs or in your hip joint, and if so, you can place blocks or a pillow underneath your thighs, and otherwise just slowly allow them to expand. The feet are together, and we're going to have our hands palms up. Invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, and just notice how it feels. Excuse me. It's going to be opening up your hip joints and your sockets where your legs are joining. The groin is going to be stretched a little bit. And if you have any discomfort, you can always get out of the pose by gently taking your hands, placing them on your thighs, and bringing your legs together. So it's whatever, this is your practice, your yoga. So as we are doing these stretches, they are to provide a little bit of stretch and a little bit of release. However, you know your body and you need to listen to it. So please allow yourself that grace. Whatever your body is calling for, you can extend it to. So So just taking some nice deep breaths in this position, through and out of the nose. And this is allowing the blood flow again to get stimulated in this area. And so the blood is flowing all through the body and not just stagnating or stuck in one area. Sometimes when we sit a lot, we don't get enough release in this area, or if we don't walk enough. This is just allowing us to give that opening. Okay, and now from here we're going to take our hands and place them by the thighs and gently pull the thighs towards each other, giving them a nice little nudge. Knees touch. And then from here we're going to drop our knees to the right very slowly and curl our body into a nice fetal position. Oh, and there's Cody. Hi, Cody. Cody's resting. Hi, Codes. And then we're slowly going to turn onto sit on our mat. Sit on our mat, starting off in a tabletop position. We're just going to slowly bring our butt to our heels if that feels comfortable. And if it doesn't, you can always place a cushion in between. Yeah, put the cushion in. If it feels sore on your the top of your feet, if you place a cushion, provide a little bit of a release, and then it's not as much pressure. And if your knees are sore, you can also place a cushion in between. You can put your knees on the cushion, provide support, and you can put another cushion in between here. So it's your build-up of whatever your body is speaking to you at this moment. So here's like 2 big pillows, right? So take 2 big pillows, nice, put my legs on either side, and then I'm slowly going to bring my butt back to my heels, wherever that's comfortable, and slowly just drop my body over these pillows. And you can keep your hands, I'm going to turn my head to one side. You can keep your hands forward. You can keep your hands to the back with the palms facing up, whatever is comfortable for you. We're just allowing the hip joints to open, the back to release. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands and put one palm over the other so it's more symmetrical. And release. I don't need so many pillows up here, so you can take these guys off. And you can keep your knees together if that is where it feels comfortable for you, or you can keep your heels touching and your knees apart and bring your body down. So wherever your body feels comfortable in this position, you can do. Just breathe into the lower back and notice how it feels. Where is release coming from? Taking some nice, rich breaths in and out of your nose. Okay, and then from here, slowly get up and return into a tabletop position. And tabletop position is where your hands are directly under your shoulders and your hips are directly over your knees, okay? And you can spread out your fingers so that they're you're flapping out your hand like a fan. and your back, just to leave it as neutral position as possible. And we're simply going to look up. And as we look up, you'll notice that your tailbone curves in, look up to the ceiling, and then when you slowly look down, bring your chin into your chest and release, and that will cause your back to curl. And just slowly as you can do it, because we're trying to just give that nice blood flow for the spine, in and out, as slowly as you can. And after you do a couple of these in and outs, start thinking about your glutes, your butt, and really concentrating on releasing as you look up and tightening your glutes as you come back in. And then we're going to stop here in neutral position and just breathe. We're going to go back down onto our backs. Onto our backs. And just allow yourself to sink into the mat. And then bring in your heels closer towards you. And you know that you've got a good distance, or it's just far enough is when you can reach your, your fingers can touch the heels. You know that's a good position. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a bridge pose. And the bridge pose, for this instance, it's not going to be a full-fledged one. We're just slowly, gradually going to get into it. So from our hips, we're just going to tilt them up, and then we're going to reduce them down. Tilt them up and reduce them down. So we're not going all the way up, but rather just slowly tilting. We're going to gently get into it, tucking in, and then releasing, pushing our lower back into the mat. So tilting in, breathing in, and then slowly releasing, pushing it down on the mat. Breathing in, tilting up, and breathing out slowly down onto the mat. Breathing in, tilting up, and slowly bring it down onto the mat. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And from here, we're going to go a little bit further. Breathing in, tilting, and slowly, gradually, one vertebrae at a time, lifting up our hips, up, 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 till what feels comfortable, and then slowly bringing it down, one vertebrae at a time. So only go as far as what feels good, and this allows you to release the lower back, tuck into your chin, and then slowly come down. The slower you go, the better it is. The blood slowly moves throughout the spine. It releases throughout the body, and that's what we want. Really, this practice is all about just releasing and enjoying the flow. Again, going up, holding it if that feels good, and then slowly bring it back down. And after your last release, we are just slowly going to turn to our right side again and slowly, gently push ourselves up with our head being the last part of our body to come up into a sitting position. There we go. Getting comfortable on our mat again. Closing our eyes if that feels comfortable and just noticing, is that headache still there? And if so, maybe we turn our palms up, pointer finger and thumb holding each other, touching. Just breathe. And we're going to end this practice with some alternate breathing, nostril breathing, and that's simply closing one side of the nostril and breathing out, breathing in, and then closing the other. So it's just alternating where the air is flowing from, the breath, and this allows a regulation to both the right and left hemisphere. So to do this, you can just keep your hand flat, or if you want to do it in the yoga position, you take your pointer and your middle finger and you bring them down to touch your palm, and then your thumb closes your right side of the nostril, and then your ring finger closes the left. And so we start with always releasing from the left, breathing out, closing your thumb, closing your right nostril, breathing out, and breathing in through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing the left and breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing, breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Closing the right. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Closing the left. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Closing the right. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Closing left. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Closing the right. 2, 3, 4. And now at that last breath, bring your hands to palms to your knees, keeping your eyes closed, and just take a moment here to breathe in and out of your nose, and notice any difference in how you're feeling. I'm just going to keep quiet for a moment as we breathe in and we breathe out. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. We'll seal our practice by bringing our hands together in prayer position and lowering our head. Namaste. Thank you.